It's time now for the Jet Turner pregame show. We're joined by Broome head football coach Jet Turner. Well, Coach, you got the first region win, move things up to date. You got a region win, and you got a Friday night off. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, it worked out really well from our standpoint. We got the game in, and we're able to get a victory. So we felt very fortunate about that, and then we got a little extra day to rest and prepare for Union.
People look at the Clinton score and say, gosh, 17-14, but you know, it's one of those games you had to be there that really it was a 2 to 3 score game, but you know, you played pretty well, and like you mentioned after the game, the last couple of minutes kind of had a letdown though, so you know, just talk a little bit about last week's game.
Well, I thought defensively for 46.5 minutes we played really well, played fast, played with a purpose and a sense of urgency, and was really proud. I thought we really made strides there, and offensively, take away the penalties, and I thought we played well. Unfortunately, you can't take away the penalties, but you know, we made some strides there and got a lot better, hit some plays, and I think we had over 150 yards called back during penalties. So potentially it could have been a different score, but you know, you want to play good all the way through, but the most important thing at this point is get that first region win, and we were able to do that. So, and hopefully we can build on that moving forward.
Thursdays are usually not a heavy practice day that you probably got majority of your work in though, but just talk a little bit about mental preparation, because it was probably around lunchtime or after before you found out you're going to play, and you know, guys have to change their mindset of just going out there and kind of going through a light walk through practice wise to having to suit it up and play.
Right, and it was about 12 o'clock when we started, probably 1 o'clock when the kids found out that we were going to play. So it was different, and I applaud our kids for, you know, they were focused, and really it's kind of as a player you're excited because you don't have to wait another day, you get to play that night. So they responded really well and handled it really well. So again, I was proud of the way they came out and took care of business.
After looking at the film, who played well for you on both sides of the ball?
I think Dylan Threadgill up front had probably the best game of his year and his career. He's a sophomore and did a great job up front. I think Zach Long had another really good game. Cross Mathis had a really good game on defense, and just continues to get better. And then offensively, I thought Hunter hit a couple of nice deep balls. James Hall was blocked well on the perimeter, made a couple of big catches for us. And of course you got DeMarco and Jarius, who are always going to give you some good yardage inside. And then Dejon Jackson hit a couple of big speed sweeps for us. So just a few of the guys that kind of jumped off the page at us and made plays that were huge. Zeke Stringer had 3 quarterback sacks. A lot of guys played well.
You mentioned Zeke Stringer there. He has seemed to be a playmaker for you on defense now. Creates a lot of havoc getting in the backfield. When you said 3 sacks, but I'm sure he had a lot of pressures right there too, and made them change what they wanted to do.
No doubt. He's another kid that's really worked hard and gotten better and better. He had an unfortunate late hit on the quarterback there that first drive. It was bang bang. You know, I mean, he hit him right as he released it, but he's a game changer at times. When he's locked in and going, he can definitely make some plays for you on that side of the ball.
You got that first region win. Now you're moving on now to playing a very talented Union County team. They're a team I look at that would scare you to death, because if they ever wake up and figure out how good they can be, they could be a team that could really cause some problems for people.
No doubt. They'll be as athletic or more than any team we played this year. And you know, they play a brutal early season schedule, and you know, it's not unusual for them to not have a great record coming into region, but they're always ready to go when region hits, and it won't be any different. You know, they lost a heartbreaker to South Point last week, and we all know how good South Point is. So they'll be a heck of a football team, and it is a heck of a challenge for us.
Talk about how important it will be, I guess, to get off to a good start against this team, because they've had a lot of bad things happen there, that if you can get off to a good start, that there may be that tendency for them to roll over.
Well, you hope from our standpoint, you know, we need to get off to a good start, and we actually improved on that this past week, because if you let those guys get up on you, and it can snowball in a hurry. They got two receivers they are playmakers, and so we need to make sure we take care of the football and have some early success and get them on their heels a little bit.
Talk about, too, being a Steve Tannehill team, they're going to throw the football, though, but how good is their running game to go along with the passing game?
Their running game is probably as good as I've seen it since I've been here 4 years, and they use it more. So they're using their running game more. A couple of good little running backs. Their quarterback runs well. They'll get in the Wildcat and snap it to one of those receivers that's a Division I commit, and so they give you all kind of different looks. So they've done a really good job running. They're a balanced football team this year.
One thing I've noticed from them too, that they have a weakness. It looks like special teams has not been at times a point of emphasis for them.
Yeah, they've had some bad breakdowns on special teams, but at the same time they've made some plays over there as well. So I know they've got explosive returners, and they can always take it to the house. So we've got to guard against that. But for us to have a chance, we're going to have to win in special teams. There's no question about that.
All right, we're changing gears. We got to get our fun question of the weekend now. We're going to throw this one out at you. I just made you commissioner or put you in charge of all of football. What changes would you make to the game of football, if any, right now? It can be anything involved with the game as far as eligibility, participation, rules, anything. You can do anything with football.
High school or college or professional?
Any level. You're over football at every level right now. What would you do?
If I was over collegiate, what stands out to me, because I see it, is the recruiting process. I would revamp the recruiting process. I don't know how, but I would make it so that it was not such a circus. And I don't know, I'd have to sit down and think about it, but it's those guys on ESPN's committing, and just it's gotten crazy. And so that would be my thing. I'd make it a little a little more subdued, I guess.
Now, I was kind of figuring you'd be with like one of our guys, as much as you like to go for on fourth down, outlawing where you can't kick field goals and you can't go for extra points. You got to go for 2 every time, though.
Well,
so.
If once Maru graduates, that might have came to mind. But he's been so good for us. For the first time maybe in my career, I feel good when we go to kick a field goal or a PAT. So under normal circumstances, that would be right.
Again, we've had some fun with the questions there. We'll have to come up with another good one for next week right there, though. But playing a team like Union County that it's pretty well known, and you can't comment, I know a lot on it, though, but they have a tendency to lose their composure sometimes. How do you go about that? And I know I had teams I played against on telling your team you got to keep your composure in a game that sometimes get physical and a little bit chippy at times.
Yeah, we discussed with our kids that it's always the second person that gets caught, that gets the 15-yard penalty. So if they do something, you can't retaliate, because if you do, it's going to be on us. It's almost guaranteed. They see something out of the corner eye, and then they look back and they see a kid pushing, 15-yard penalty. So we talk about that, and we've got to play with boys. We've got to be disciplined and just tune out the noise and focus on what we got to do. So yeah, we address that on a daily basis.
Okay, this is a game too, a chance to possibly move 2-0 in the region and maybe get some separation with some teams. So what do you see as being the keys for tonight's game?
I think it's huge for us to take care of the football, and from a defensive standpoint, limit their big plays. We're not going to stop all of them, but limit their big plays and create turnovers. And if we can do that and have a shot in the fourth, we feel like we got a good shot.
Look forward to it tonight, and good luck, and look forward to talking to you after the game.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.